Luke Titus got chops, man. Mad chops. And it's one thing to build up the skill set to be able to rip on the drums, and another to choose the right chop for the moment and the right moment for the chop, which he demonstrates so well in this live version of his tune Grow that he put out recently. Check out these two licks in the outro section. They're just so tasteful, mate. Come on, those licks are too sick, and the overall groove and the feel of the track is amazing. So I definitely recommend listening to the whole tune if you haven't already, because I'm sure you're gonna dig it. For today, we're gonna break down how to play these two licks so that you can take inspiration from Luke Titus's playing and start to level up your playing in the process. So to give these licks some context, first things first, we're gonna learn how to play the groove in the outro section. So to get things started, let's look at the kick and snare foundation. So you're gonna play your kick on the downbeat and the and of beat 1, and then the downbeat of 3 and the of beat 4. Whereas you're gonna play a snare accent on the downbeat of 2, the and of 3, and then the E and the and of beat 4, and a little ghost note on the of beat 2. So to count through this slowly, you'd have 1 and 2, 3 and E and a 1 and 2, 3 and E and a 1. So we're going to be playing eighth notes for the most part up on the ride cymbal. When it gets to the last beat of the bar, he fills in one extra ride cymbal on the E of beat 4. So you'll end up playing 3 16th notes in a row. And then he also adds in this little stepped hi-hat motif. So you're going to step the hats on the downbeat and the and of beat 2, the and of beat 3, and then the downbeat and the and of beat 4. It's kind of like you're playing a group of 2 into a group of 3. So let's have a listen to how the whole thing sounds together. So that'll give us the first bar, and then in the second bar, we've got a little variation. So on the fourth beat of that second bar, you're just gonna play a single stroke roll, 4 E and I've written those snare drums on the E and the as accents, but of course, you can experiment and see what works for you, see what you like the sound of. But let's have a listen to how that outro groove sounds. By the way, you can download the notation from this video for free by hitting the link in the video description. You'll also find a link to the Drum Hub online membership, which at the time of this recording has over 50 video lessons where we break down the concepts being used by your favorite drummers. So if that sounds up your street, feel free to check that out, but the notation is totally free either way. Sick, so now we've got a groove to work from, let's get stuck into the first lick he plays in the track. This lick is in 16th note triplets, and you're just gonna play the sticking right, left, left, and then double up your right hand with your kick. So in that second bar, you can count 1 and 2 and 3 and a 3 and a 4 and a 4 and a. And then once you got that down, one thing that will make the sound even more impactful is Luke Titus plays a little crescendo. So you can start quiet and gradually build up to a louder point. He also gradually starts to splash the left foot on the hi-hat, which just helps the lick to sound a little bit washier and gives it a bit more contrast in comparison to the other stepped hi-hats in the groove. So if I play this for you in the context of the groove, check out how it all sounds together. Yes mate, such a sick lick, and a few bars later, he goes into a slightly busier phrase. So in this lick, we're now playing in 30-second notes instead of 16th note triplets. 1 and 2 and 3 and a 3 and a 4 and a 4 and a. This time, the phrase he's using is an inverted double stroke. So a standard double stroke would be right, right, left, left. An inverted double stroke would just mean that you start on the second note of the double stroke roll, so right, left, left, right. And just like the previous lick, you're going to leave your right stick up on the ride cymbal and double it up with your bass drum. This time you can ghost all of the snare drums with your left stick. So let's check out how it sounds in the context of the groove so we can hear it in comparison to the 16th note triplets from before. Come on man, sometimes less really is more. These licks seem super simple when you look at them written down, but actually they sound really tasteful and they sound really musical in the context. Sometimes when you're playing in bands, the crazy in-your-face chops are a little bit much, and actually playing something with more restraint can work in so many more different settings. And what I'd recommend is, as well as learning these licks note for note, is to take inspiration from them and see if you can start to do your own thing with them. So it could be that you want to improvise with a different feel than the track and start to add in these exact phrases into your playing. It could be that you implement using a combination of different subdivisions, sometimes 16th note triplets, sometimes using 30-second notes. It could even be using your left foot as a motif or as its own voice whilst you're improvising your own grooves. Each drummer listening to a track could take away something completely different, and it all just depends on what inspires you. So experiment with the concepts and see what you can come up with. And if you'd like to learn some more gnarly Luke Titus phrasing, I included some in this video here. And again, you can download the notation from today's video for free by hitting the link in the video description, and there's a link in there to the Drum Hub online membership, so feel free to check that out if you'd like to learn drums with me. But whatever you decide to watch next, I'll catch you over there.